Hey everybody, hi family, hi friends. Good afternoon, it's Chris here. And today's May 31st. Wow, tomorrow's June. But for today, let's read our daily reflections and get started. It's a good one. I'm ready to share with you. I'm ready to answer any comments. This is not live. This is, I tape it. I'm not ready to go live yet. I mean, I'm ready. I just haven't got the green light, I feel, internally or spiritually. But here I am making these videos and excited to do it. This is my favorite part of my day that I get to share with you. Besides going to work and sharing it with others in person, to be able to make this video is one of my highlights of my day. So here we go. Let's read out of May 31st. We're still in the daily reflections. It says, readiness to serve. Our society has concluded that it has but one high mission: to carry the AA message to those who don't know there's a way out. And that's from the 12 Step and 12 Traditions on page 151. The 12 and 12, which is part of AA literature. Okay, it says, the light to freedom shines bright on my fellow alcoholics as each one of us challenges the other to grow. These steps to self-improvement have small beginnings, but each step builds the ladder out of the pit of despair to new hope. Honesty becomes my tool to unfurl the chains which bound me. A sponsor who is a caring listener can help me to truly hear the message guiding me to freedom. I ask God for the courage to live in such a way that the fellowship may be a testimony to His favor. This mission frees me to share my gifts of wellness through a spirit of readiness to serve others. I'm so anxious to share. I can't even hardly read. Readiness to serve others. Before I came into Alcoholics Anonymous, I didn't know there was Alcoholics Anonymous. I really never heard of it. I think I heard of it one time on Beverly Hills 90210. There was that guy, that the rebel, right? He ended up in the show having drug problems and alcohol problems. So he went to his meetings real early. He was still in high school, according to the sitcom, right? 90210. So sorry, I'm at home. And my dogs, look, they like to bark. So I didn't really know that there was a way out. And I grew up on TV. I watched a lot of TV growing up. I don't watch that much TV anymore nowadays because my life is so abundant that I'm real actually busy. I'm just a little too busy to watch TV, even though I do enjoy a movie once in a while. So when I was growing up, I watched a lot of TV because, what could I do? I couldn't go anywhere. I would go to school and I'd come home and I'd watch TV till I fell asleep. And then I'd wake up in the morning and go to school and then come home and watch TV till I fell asleep. And I remember always wanting to have that kind of life that the TV portrayed. Such a beautiful life. They had their mom, they had their dad, they were successful, they had a nice house, they were getting educated. The problems that they were having weren't the problems that I was having. People didn't talk about the stuff that I was going through till I was already an adult, and now you see it everywhere on TV, right? It's all like reality TV, which is for real, and they talk about deep, dark issues, and that's kind of what my life was compared to what I saw on TV. So I didn't know that there was a solution. I didn't know that there was a way out. I didn't know that there was people out there who would help me, that could teach me things. And, my mom, she was real big. She's like, you just got to learn how to cope with it. You just got to learn how to cope with life. But she never told me how. She was never able to tell me how. And growing up, well, I learned what I saw. That I'll just drink it. I just drink over it. So that's I knew how to cope. And drinking was my coping skill for a long time. And till I say a long time, but it wasn't that long because it really tried to kill me really fast. Like I started drinking, and within 5 years, within 7 years of starting to drink, I was in the rooms already. Like this, I started drinking, and this I probably had 1 or 2 good drugs and everything else was horrible. So it got me real quick and got me into these rooms. And I'm grateful that, Alcoholics Anonymous now works with the law to, it says, yeah, it's okay, send them over. And they're cooperating, right? We do cooperation with the Center for cooperation with the professionals, and we do public information, and we do cooperate with the correctional facilities in a way that they can send people to us to recovery, right? They send people here. That's how I got here. So anyway, I got here, and then I was like, whoa, like people are getting better. Like they're giving me these tools that I could survive life, that I ain't gonna drink no more. Oh my God, that was like, whoa. And I've had to grow up since I came into Alcoholics Anonymous. I grew up in public, but I'm still growing up in public. People are still watching me and be like, man, Chris, why did you do that? Or they'll see me come in and just like, oh my God, I just did this, and it's just, whoa, it's got me off balance. And so I do live, but now I have tools. And right here in this reading is talking about honesty being a tool. And you would have asked me, I would have never thought honesty would be a tool. I mean, I would lie when the truth was better. How crazy was that? And I would, I didn't really like my reality as a kid, so I would lie about it. I would make things up. And if people asked me, I didn't know how to answer it. So I would lie, and if I could, I would change the subject. I didn't like people asking me what life was like at my house, or what I did for fun, or how was my weekend. I didn't, because that I could remember. So here's what I'm learning through, this is what I learned through therapy. Is that I was living my childhood in a blackout. Like so much stuff was happening that I was forgetting. I was forcing myself to forget what was happening. It was so intense. It was like no kid should have to go through this. That kind of horrible stuff. And not to diminish the other horrible stuff that's happening right now to kids, right? But some stuff was pretty bad in my life, and we didn't talk about it in my family. Like they would rather save their face than save their ass. And so anyway, I'm not all my family, just my immediate family that I was living with, my aunt, my uncle, my mom, friends, boyfriend, okay, everything. So anyway, there was things happening that we just didn't talk about. So I just like, I pushed that so far behind in my mind, so far behind in my spirit, that I didn't want to talk about it. I forgot about it. So I don't remember a lot of my childhood. I don't remember a lot of good things in my childhood. I'm sure I had a good childhood. I was a very good basketball player. I had good grades. I was in the choir. I was in the softball team. I was in volleyball team and track and basketball team. I mean, I was very active in school, and I was pretty good at what I did, but I remembered more horrible stuff growing up, which I'm grateful for, because I got to work through the steps. And that's what it talks about here. The steps, they're hard at first, man, but once you get going, let's go. It's just, for me, my story was that once I started, I couldn't stop. I wanted more. Was it hard sometimes? Yeah. I don't want to do a 4-step and write all the people that I were mad at, because in my family, you couldn't be mad at your mom, you couldn't be mad at your dad, you couldn't be mad at your grandma, you couldn't be mad at your aunt, you couldn't be mad at you couldn't be mad at anybody older than you. And I was like, I struggle with that. So when they told me to write about it in the 4-step, man, I wrote everybody's name down. Yep, I'm mad at you, 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 I'm mad at you. So how did that help me? How did my honesty, they talk about the 4-step, they say nothing counts but thorough honesty. Thorough honesty. In other words, don't just tell us the truth about some stuff, tell us the truth about everything. So I started writing down everything, and I started telling the truth about everything. And the truth was that I was damaged when I came into Alcoholics Anonymous, and that the only thing that made me feel better was alcohol. But now alcohol was out to kill me. I wasn't recovering. I wasn't the one. For some reason, I thought, hey, I'm struggling with something. Let me go drink 1 or 2, and then I'm not going to struggle with it. That's not true, because the reality was still there. The alcohol didn't fix nothing. As a matter of fact, it made my life worse. So when they told me, you got to be honest, I was like, you know what? I'm ready to be honest. I'm ready to tell somebody what I was going through, because I don't want to live like this no more. I want that. That what I see out there. I want that. I want a life. I want to be able to see the sun and accept it for what it really is. I want to believe in that God that you're believing, because I see your life. It's awesome. But my life sucks. I want to be there. I want what you have. And at this point, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to do it. Whatever you tell me to do, I'm going to do it. So when I got to the 4th step and I got to write about that, and I got to see how damaged I was, guess what else I got to see? I got to see that because of my childhood, that whatever happened to me in my childhood, I was taking it into every other year of my life. Man, I was 18 years old and I was still dealing with what was happening to me at 4 years old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 6-year-old. All that hurt, all that pain, all that powerlessness, all that not being heard, not being protected, not feeling loved. So now I'm 35, 36, 37, and I'm still holding on to that. And guess what? Everybody that I come in contact with is paying for it. My pastor likes to say that we bleed on people who didn't cut us. That's right. That was me. I bled on people who did not cut me. And until I was able to get honest with it through the 4th step and share that with somebody through the 5th step, then I wasn't able to move on to my healing. Because that was just the beginning. The 4th step writing about it and the 5th step talking about it was just the beginning. Because guess what comes after 5? It's the 6. And in the 6, I get to make the decision. Okay, Chris, do you want to stay sick or do you want to get better? This is it. This is what's gonna differentiate the boys from the men and the girls from the women. Do you want to stay the same or do you want to be different? And I had to be honest. I had to get honest because there was some things that I was afraid to let go of. But I was in so much pain that I said, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to be different. I'm ready to grow up. I'm ready to be done with this. And then step 7 is where I humbly ask God to remove my shortcomings. It says, God, I give you everything, good and bad. And I pray that you remove every single defect of character which is standing in the way of my usefulness to you and to my fellows. Grant me strength as I go out from here to do your will. See, because it takes courage. It takes courage to want to be different for one. And it takes courage to say, my God, I've been a liar, a thief, and a cheat my whole life. And I don't want to be those things no more. This is the way I lied. This is the way I stole. This is the way I cheated. And to go out there and be like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what's going to happen when I get to work. Am I going to lie? Am I going to steal? Am I going to cheat? But I'm so grateful that by now I'm already into my walk just with God just enough that I don't have to worry about that. I just got to turn it over. If my boss walks up to me, here we go. And let him take control. Right? Because I used to disrespect my bosses. I wasn't a no sir, yes sir kind of dude for a long time. I was like, I would listen and I wouldn't listen. I would listen to, they were talking to me and I was thinking about what I was going to do, not what they wanted me to do. It was a strange way to be at. And, I look back on it and I say, my God, Chris, how did you survive? I've had some really, really good jobs in sobriety and outside of sobriety. People always they're like, my God, that's when we think you're not going to get another good job. You get another one and guess what? I mess it all up. Why? Because of my mouth, because of my attitude, because of my thinking. Because I want to do Chris's way. And until I was able to get honest about that, I wasn't able to be any different. I remember a couple years ago, I don't even think it was a couple years ago. It might have been a year. I don't know. Sometime not too long ago, I was in conflict with my boss. Conflict. I mean, we're just not getting along. I mean, we were going into the office every day, and when that door opened, somebody was coming out yelling or cussing or throwing something. Who, you can't act like that, Chris. Come on. I look at it now and I think, man, what was going on? What was so bad that you feel like you had to act like that? Well, Chris was going on. That's what was happening. I was in the flesh, like seriously, like beyond. I hate to say in the flesh, but I was my character defects were being manifested in me that I couldn't even control it myself, even when I wanted to, right? So I remember this day that I walked out on work. I mean, I had enough. I said, I'm not gonna deal with this. This is too stressful. I'm trying to like do the right thing, and I just feel like I'm getting pushed, right? So I said I better leave, or I'm gonna say something that I'm gonna beyond regret. To say something I wish I wouldn't have said is something, but to say something that, man, there's no going back if I say this. So I didn't want to do that. So I walked out of my job and they said, you're gonna get fired, you're not gonna come back. And I said, I don't care. I'm done. So I get out, and I was done because the thing was, I was talking with the union, and I was there with my job, and the lady in the union was like, well, Chris, it seems like you're the one with the problem. And I said, you know what, I'm done here. I'm calling EEO, and this is it. It's over. And they said, well, we're done here then, right? Because once EEO gets involved, that's way above anybody's pay grade, and at that point, everybody's got to take their hands off of it. So I walked out. I said, I'm going home. Good luck. Blah, 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 blah. I made an exit. So then I come home, and I'm over here. I'm frustrated. I'm feeling the powerlessness. I'm scared. I'm like, what did I just do? So I said, you know what? I picked up another tool. I said, well, if I don't know what to do, I'm just going to do what's in front of me. Right? And what's in front of me, it's an easy task. It could be sweet. It could be mop. It could be take the dogs for a walk. It could be wash the dishes. It could be clean your car. And that's what I did. I went outside and I was cleaning my car. And while I was cleaning my car, just really minding my own business. I was cleaning my car. I was thinking about what happened. I said, but I don't want to think about that right now. I just want to clean my car. Because I thought it was what I was supposed to be doing. So anyway, I was cleaning my car, and I had an out of body experience. And what I mean by that is that while I was cleaning my car, I saw myself on the balcony of my apartment, and I was looking down at myself clean the car. And I felt this huge hand on my back. So I was like this, and I felt this huge hand on me, just like this. And I was watching it from the balcony. And it held me. I felt it. I felt the warmth of it. And then I felt it let me go. And when I was cleaning my car, I remember coming to and be like, whoa, what was that? I just felt this hand on me. What was that? And then the thought came, I never want to be that person again. I couldn't wait to get to work the next day. I came in, everybody was like, whoa, what happened to you? Are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm great. It's like, I told my boss, can I talk to you? She's like, sure. And I said, look, Sherry. Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to say her name. I said, look, Sherry, man, what I did yesterday, there's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it, and I apologize. And man, it broke every wall down. It broke all the chains down. let go of these chains that's talking about right here, keeping us bound. Next day, my other boss wasn't there that I also disrespected. She came in and I said, hey, can I talk to you? She said, sure. We went into the office and I said, man, what I did yesterday, what I did that day, there's no excuse for it. And I apologize. And in both apologies that I made, they both cried. Because they had never in all their years, and both of them have been with my job for 30 plus years, and never has anybody ever done that. Is it because Chris is so great that he did that? No, it's not. It's not that I'm great. It's not that he's great. My higher power is great. My higher power, who I choose to call God, is great. He's so great that he came and touched me with this big old hand. Huge hand. He came and touched me in my back. And do you know that I've never been the same again? Ever. That since that day, I'm a yes sir, no sir guy. And I love it. I love being that person. I don't like being that person that's going always against the wind. Always saying, no, I'm going to do it my way. You're not going to tell me what to do. And I used to be that person for a long time. And I thought that was the way to be, because ain't nobody going to do to me what people were doing to me as a kid. I had to get free from that. Because when I was a kid, nobody protected me. And I said, okay, you're not going to protect me. That's all right. I'm taking matters into my own hand. And God, if you want to come along, that's cool too. I stopped believing in him. I stopped believing that he could do for me what I couldn't do for myself. I thought that I had to do everything for myself, because ain't nobody was going to do it for me. So coming into AA and they're talking about God, and I'm just like, okay, I'll do it. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. And little by little, my heart started opening up. Though my thinking started to change. Who I wanted to be started to become real. Oh, I thought I wanted to be that. I don't want to be that anymore. I thought I wanted to do that. I don't want to do that anymore. I thought, that's so-and-so and blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, no. That I get to be my own person today. My own true person. But where does it start? It starts with my honesty. It starts with my honesty. In the big book, it says that rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves to this program. Usually men and women who are capable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. And I probably didn't even say that in order, and I don't care. Because I know what they mean. I know what they're asking me. But I got to be rigorously honest in my life today. If I want to stay sober, if I want to live a life that's worth living, I got to be honest. Even when it hurts. When they ask me, Chris, did you do that? I say, yeah, I did it. That was me. Or I have the opportunity to be like, I heard you talking about this, and you're looking for the guilty party. Well, that's me. I did it. I did it because, I don't do it anymore to spite people. Sometimes I do things incorrectly because I really don't know the right way to do them. Which is not when I came in here, I would do them wrong all the time. I don't care what you say. You can't hurt me. Blah, 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 blah. I'm invincible. I'm this and I'm all that. And all the whole time I was just getting hurt. My feelings were getting hurt. And my emotions were driving me crazy. And it wasn't until I was able to talk about them and get free for them and make the decision to be different, pray about my character defects, let them go, make a list of the people that I've hurt, make amends to those people. continue to take my inventory, right? Now I'm talking, if you know the program recovery, I'm like on step 10 now. You know, stay on my spiritual maintenance, pray and meditate, that's 11. And 12 is carry the message. I'm ready to carry the message. Ready and willing. I'm really glad to have started this journey with you guys, and those who have seen my videos. I hope that, you know, they might have spoken to you in a way, in a positive way. Please comment, share, like it. If you want to subscribe, that's cool. If you don't, that's cool too. Just know I'm not doing this for money or anything. I'm just doing this because it was placed in my heart. It was placed in my heart to start doing this. So I'm really grateful to be here with y'all, to be sharing with y'all my experience, strength, and hope. You know, I feel like I have recovered from a hopeless state of mind. I'm not hopeless today. If something comes up, I'm like, whoa. I've been here before. We can get through this. We can get through this. You know, when I was without hope, man, I felt like I ain't never gonna go through this. My life ain't never gonna change. I'm always gonna be alone. Ain't never gonna get better. And today I don't believe that way. Am I going through a tough season right now? Yeah. I'm in a 2-job season, I call it, because I just left one job, came home, showered, gonna have some coffee, maybe grab a sandwich on my way to my next job. But it's just a season. It's not forever. I've been through this before. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna make it. If you're in the same position, you're gonna make it. Just don't give up. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. In due time, this season will be over and you'll be on to your next season. It's not my promise. It's God's promise. If he loves me, he'll love anybody. If he can love me, he loves you too. I guarantee you that, because I'm not easy to love. I got everything wrong with me. But we ain't got time to talk about all that. Not today, but we will eventually. And I hope you will comment, share something with me. I would love to hear what your path has been like. I would love to hear what's helped you. What tools works for you today? What do you do when you're in doubt? I want to know. I want to know how other people do it. I like learning how other people do it. I go to meetings every day just to hear how other people do it. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Ain't nothing more. It's over. It's over for today. We'll see you tomorrow. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Today is Tuesday, May 31st. Hope it is well. And I'll leave you with this little thought that I learned from somebody else. And it says, whatever you do, have fun doing it. No, that's not what it says. It says, have fun. And if you have to do if you have to do something you don't want to do, then have fun doing it. Just have fun. Just do it. Even if you don't want to do it, have fun doing it. It'll change your world. Pray, meditate. It'll change your whole life. Thank you. I love you. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, friends.